Cuba is known as one of the best tourist destinations for all the good reasons. Since 2014, after the diplomatic relations between the US and Cuba were re-established, the country has been getting even higher attention. So if you're wondering if it's worth visiting Cuba or not, keep watching the video till the end. In this video, we'll talk about every reason why you should be in Cuba right now. Let's start our journey in this beautiful country. Number 1, the amazingly beautiful cities and architecture. Are you a fan of amazing architecture? If yes, then Cuba should be on the top of your travel list. Simply taking a walk in the streets of Cuba is enough to mesmerize anyone regardless of their love for historical buildings and architecture. Even if you're not that into such stuff, we assure you every bit of this country will make you fall in love with it. The ancient hotels of the Parque Central in Havana have a history that stretches up to hundreds of years. You'll find history engraved on each wall of these buildings, and if you're smart enough, get your hands on a history guide for each place you visit and get the best out of your vacation in Cuba. While we're talking about the historical places, some of Havana's less touristy areas are also worth a visit. The buildings in these areas also tell a long lost history, but the only problem there is that these buildings are yet to be restored, which we hope will be done soon. Even though the historical buildings aren't in good condition, the graffiti on the walls of Cuban buildings will surely make up for everything else. Other than Havana, other places such as Vinales and Trinidad also hold some of the best architectural masterpieces in the world. We believe Cuba deserves much appreciation when it comes to preserving historical buildings. So if you're a history geek and have a taste for historical architecture, it's your sign to visit Cuba as soon as possible. Number 2, Cubans love vintage cars. It's like Cuba is a classic car museum. No matter what city of Cuba you visit, the love for vintage classic cars will be everywhere. Our guess is Cubans are simply obsessed with such cars, and they know how to keep these gems in perfect condition. While driving on the roads of Cuba, you'll notice several old classic cars, and the feeling is just phenomenal, especially if you're a lover of classical vehicles. The good part is, while you're in Cuba, you can get these vintage cars to travel around. In fact, these cars cost less than the yellow taxis, and you can get some amazing Instagrammable pictures as well. Traveling around the country in a fancy vintage car along with the driver as your guide, tell us a better deal. However, don't forget to negotiate over the prices. Usually you can get it at almost half the price as one of the drivers tells you. The timing of hiring these cars also matters. If you're getting a car in the peak hours such as evening, weekend, or holiday, the prices will be inflated. Furthermore, for those who are wondering where to find these cars, they're also at the Parque Central in Old Havana. You can also find a car somewhere near your hotel. Some drivers tend to wait for riders in such places as well. Number 3, even nature loves Cuba. Other than the historical buildings and classic cars, Cuba is also blessed with some of the most beautiful natural sceneries in the world. From Vinales to Varadero, Cuba has everything, including the rolling hills and beaches. Name it, and you'll probably find it there. The island nation doesn't only let you enjoy the hustle and bustle of its beautiful cities, but also allows you to have a relaxing time amidst nature. There's so much in the Cuban countryside that you must explore, or your visit will be incomplete. It wouldn't be wrong to say that Cuba has it all. And even nature is in love with this country, so are we. If you're someone who loves beaches and their warm weather, Cuba is definitely the place for you to visit. As an island nation, Cuba has so many beaches that'll allow you to enjoy being near the Caribbean Sea, feel the magic that it exerts. These beaches alone are enough to make anyone visit Cuba. Some of the best beaches in Cuba include Playa Esmeralda, Cayo Jutias, Playa Ancon, Playa Serena, Cayo Coco, Playa Paraiso, Playa Guadalajara, Playa Pilar. There are some other less famous beaches as well that you can explore while you're in Cuba. Number 4, the weather in Cuba is for all the summer lovers. Looking for a vacation destination where you can enjoy perfect warm weather? Go to Cuba. We promise you it wouldn't disappoint you. Except for the cool months from January to March, Cuba almost always has great hot weather. At times the country can have higher humidity levels. The temperature may get hotter than normal days, but it's usually hard to notice. The beach trips and quality time in the swimming pools will only make you feel better and happier than ever. While some people love winter, some are die-hard fans of summer. It's actually hard to find a place with the perfect summer weather. Like, how can you even visit a beach in winter? Not just that, after the sun is gone, the amazing breeze takes over. So to enjoy summer days and nights, just book a flight to Cuba. Number 5, instead of expensive 5-star hotels, just stay with the locals. Cuba is a tourist destination and is undoubtedly full of amazing hotels hotels of different kinds, from the cheapest to 5-star ones. But what if we tell you something about the Casa Particular? Casa Particular translates to private home, meaning you can stay with the locals as a paying guest instead of staying in hotels. These kinds of homestays are normal in Cuba, and you can find a place like this almost anywhere in the country. Good part about staying with the locals is that you get to know more about the lives of Cubans, what they eat, how they manage things at home, and especially you get to learn a lot about the customs and traditions of the country. If you're lucky enough and some Cuban couples get married at the time of your stay, you'll also get to enjoy a Cuban wedding that most tourists can't even think of. If you're an observer who loves learning about the day-to-day life of the people of the other countries, you can visit Cuba and stay with a decent family. This way of staying seems perfect to us, as it'll give you the feeling of being home as well, a feeling that hotels prevail to provide. Number 6, music and dance? Cuba is your destination. Have you ever listened to Cuban music or watched salsa? What if you can enjoy these things live? Cuba is a country where life moves with the music. It's not only about the lively bars of Havana, but also the Cuban people playing guitar on the streets, performing salsa, enjoying every step in front of a crowd. Feels like music is everywhere in Cuba, and with this music comes amazing dance. Cuban salsa is just another major reason why you should visit Cuba. While you're in Cuba, you can either enjoy locals performing Cuban music and salsa, or you can sign up for salsa classes and learn a thing or two during your stay. The Latin and Caribbean music blend will get you dancing in a very short time. Number 7, nightlife in Cuba. Cuba is maybe the most entertaining destination in the world, and the nightlife in Cuba is something you don't want to miss. Cubans know exactly how to enjoy their lives, and it's not hard for them to make you do the same. In cities like Trinidad, Havana, and Santiago de Cuba, a large number of venues open for visitors every night, where you can enjoy music and dance with strangers. It's also a great way of making new friends in Cuba. Oh, and nothing to worry about, even if you don't know how to dance, you go there to enjoy not taking part in a talent show. For salsa and music, you can visit places like La Bujuquira de Murillo in Havana, the Casa de la Música in Trinidad, and the Casa de la Trova in Santiago. There are many other amazing spots for enjoying a night full of music in Cuba, but it'll be hard to put all the names here, so get your Google Maps on and look them up once you're there. Number 8, last but not least, Cuban food. Cuban food is to die for. Years ago, Cuba was criticized for its food, but little did everyone know that this same country would have some of the best food options in the world once complete and proper ingredients started reaching there. Right now, Cuba is full of innovative restaurants that serve hungry tourists the best food of their lives. Some amazing dishes that you can try in Cuba include ropa vieja, Cuban sandwich, fish with escabeche sauce, pernil asado con mojo, vaca frita, costecitas, and many more. If you're still not convinced that you need to visit Cuba at least once in your life, then we just assume you don't like traveling at all. If you visited Cuba and there's something we missed out on, do share it in the comments. For now, this is all. See you again with some much more videos. Till then, goodbye.